I've got to ask Shelby, so did Vancouver make it to the top, or are they at the bottom?
Well, Betty, we are in heaven here because Vancouver International Airport was the least frustrating airport in the U.S. and Canada for travelers. Not only because flights here have an excellent on-time performance rating, but because passengers say that they loved things like the shopping, the restaurants, the terminal layout. If you look behind me, we're told this is one of the busier times of the morning, and people are flying through security. So not much to complain about here in Vancouver. And that's a far, far, far cry from LaGuardia, where we started yesterday. That is the most frustrating airport to fly out of and into. And that's because not only are flights delayed and there are a lot of cancellations, but if you go to the wrong terminal, if you go to that central terminal, there's nothing to do. There is nothing more frustrating than being stuck in that terminal with no great places to eat, nowhere to shop. I mean, it's a dump, and Holliday passengers could be sitting there for hours. So LaGuardia was the most frustrating airport by far.
Okay, I'm sure people at LaGuardia are not going to be happy, Shelby, that you've called them a dump, that they work in a dump. But you know what? That's what
one of the terminals.
One of the terminals. That's what the index says. That's what it says. So what goes into determining all of this? These rankings?
Yeah, so the Bloomberg rankings team, big shout out, took tons of information from all of these airports in the U.S. and Canada. They ranked things according to the amenities, according to the travel time, what it's like to get to that airport, public transportation options. Again, in LaGuardia, you had to take a cab, and it's pretty expensive. So there were a lot of factors that went into this. Some of the least frustrating airports, in addition to Vancouver, include Portland, Austin, Calgary, and Phoenix. So a couple Canadian airports and some West Coast. The most frustrating, no surprise here, all three New York airports, top 5 most frustrating. You've got LaGuardia, you've got Newark, you've got JFK, and then in addition to those, you have Washington Dulles and Chicago O'Hare. Again, not surprising, but it is now official, according to Bloomberg rankings, that those are the most frustrating airports.
All right. Okay, Shelby. Well, we'll take that to heart. I don't know if some of us can even avoid those airports, but there we go. Shelby Holliday.
Hard to avoid. Yeah,
I know,
right.
Hard to avoid, exactly. Well, I know you're, as you say, in heaven there at Vancouver.